In 2016, Reuters exclusively reported that the U.S. Federal Reserve detected more than 50 cyber breaches between 2011 and 2015, with several incidents ascribed internally as espionage. The scoop by Reuters reporters Jason Lange and Dustin Volz was covered widely in the press and prompted a U.S. congressional committee to launch an investigation, citing Reuters reporting. I'm here with Jason Lange to learn more about this story. Jason, thanks for joining me. What led you to this exclusive?
Well, the scoop was that we had definitive evidence from the Fed laying out that there were a series of 50-odd breaches where information from the Fed was lost, was seen by people who didn't have authorization to see it. And several of these incidents were classified by internal Fed staff as espionage. No one had ever shown this before, that someone might successfully hack the Fed, at least on this scale. There are these cybersecurity logs that a lot of agencies keep, and we had seen a report of another set of logs from a different agency and thought that this could be happening at the Fed. That led me to submit Freedom of Information Act requests to the Federal Reserve, and then we got them.
Can you talk a bit about the significance of your findings?
Well, they showed that as good and as well regarded as the Fed cybersecurity staff is or may be, they're also vulnerable. And the Fed, remember, is an important regulator of some of the world's biggest banks. It also has secrets on monetary policy, which essentially controls the price of money. You know, the value of the US dollar is often quite closely tied to Fed policy.
Did you face any challenges along the way, Jason?
Well, the first thing was trying to parse the actual document, the documents that we got back. They came in this giant file of it was roughly 2,000 pages of records. So it took a while to sort of clean it up, get it in a format where we could analyze it, and then we had to figure out what they meant.
What have the consequences been since the Reuters story was published?
Well, pretty quickly after the story went out, the House of Representatives Committee on Science and Technology launched a probe into it, and they hadn't heard about this one. Our understanding is they've had at least one briefing with the Fed where they got a whole lot of documents. They're looking at them, analyzing them, and working on their own report.
Thank you very much, Jason, for sharing your story behind the story. I'm Leah Duncan, and this is Reuters.